Chapter 32. Rimmeru's Pav. I had then gone to the lizardmen's cave to meet with the other tribes involved. All who were a part of the meeting were, the lizardmen obviously, the ogres who were revived recently, the orcs the instigators kind of, and the dryads as the mediators along with me and my crew. The goblins like before who followed Gabble now chose to serve me. I had Sasha name them as practice. I had to hide some of the things the orc lord said to her in their fight since I felt it might break her fragile heart if she heard it about the orcs. Stuff like how the orc disaster was doing all this for his people due to starvation and such things that would make her have some empathy for him. It would be too dangerous for her resolve to weaken during the predation of the orc disaster. But she'll learn of it all here right now. She isn't in the meeting room yet but will be soon. After Benamaru and the other Kijin told the other ogres of the situation, they seemed to have me in a more positive light. The slight boost to our numbers by adding them should help us in the future. Trainee, now that the Great Lord is here we can now begin our discussions. Rimmeru, firstly as for the orcs I won't hold them accountable for their actions. They did this due to starvation and the manipulations of the demon lords. We all know if you were in the same situation you'd do the same thing as them. I said that so the others would have no objections to giving them mercy like before. I do have another card to play if they continued to be doubtful of my choice however. Abiru, so what do you plan to do with the orcs then, Lord? Surprisingly they don't have any objections at first like before. What makes them willing to listen to me so easily unlike before I wonder? Seal, it's likely due to both Laplace being captured who they all know they couldn't defeat and you naming Abiru earlier than before. Both sides suffered no losses due to you reviving all of them so they likely won't complain about anything you say. It also helps that reviving the dead makes you look godlike in their eyes. Even the demons were shocked you could revive so many so easily with how much energy it would take to do so. So that why is it? Well then it should go by a lot more quickly than before then at least sweet. Rimmeru, since we were all attacked due to a demon lord's interference I think we should make an alliance with each other to prevent something like this from happening again. We will work together to make all of us stronger as a whole rather than fighting separately and become easy picking for outsiders. Because of that I propose we all create a nation together to defeat such future threats. Firstly we'll have the lizardmen provide everyone with fish and other items from the marshlands, then the orcs will be our labor force as penance for their misdeeds from before and the goblins will help in all areas but mostly in civil serves. Finally the ogres will help us with our military forces and get them up to par with what we need since they have the most experience with what other countries are capable of. I'd also ask the dryads to provide food for a time until the orcs can sustain themselves. Finally the dragons will help with moving large supplies in the air and help protect our skies while the direwolf clans do the same on land. Sound good to everyone? Everyone, we have no objections our lord. They all then bowed down to me. It started to scare me when they all just did what I asked without objections so easily. Some even seemed to be worshipping me for some reason. Wait, is that Shizu too? What is going on here? Shizu, this nation should be given a grand name where Rimmeru is at the top of the hierarchy of course as our ruler. So guys, do we all agree on the name? Rimmeru, did they discuss this beforehand while I was reviving everyone? I don't like where this is going at all. Seal, what's going on, help me please. Seal, it's going according to plan dear. I asked for Shizu to help speed up the process to help you with not having paperwork anymore. Rimmeru, so you both agreed on the name Tempest Federation already, oh good. Seal, not exactly that this time. Rimmeru, wait what? Everyone, we shall now found the new nation of the Tempest Theocratic Alliance. Our Lord and God shall rule all. Rimmeru, wait guys, but I'm not a god at all. Please don't blow this too far out of proportion for us. Ogre Chief, but you have done so many godly feats. Lady Shizu has told us tales of how you even brought others to godhood through your own strength. Making them immortal and even being a sworn brother to our last guardian deity. Wouldn't the last one alone make you a god lord? Well, when I think about all the things I did before this timeline I guess I did do all those things, but they're blowing it way out of proportion aren't they? I mean awakening isn't being brought to godhood, so what other times could they be talking about in that context? Shizu, I know what you're thinking Rimmeru-san and you're on the right track. But to monsters when I discussed it with them, awakening is equivalent to being brought to godhood in their eyes. It is to me in a way, I mean think about it from our perspective Rimmeru. We become able to do things we never thought possible after awakening like bending reality to our will and so much more. Reviving so many at once that even powerful demons wouldn't even dare trying to do such things proves it to me let alone the rest of them. Besides monsters follow the strong don't they? They all nodded their heads in agreement with her. They must have discussed this before as I was busy reviving the dead. I want to deny them somehow, but everything they said is true. I mean, even Luminous has a religion around herself that makes her a god to humans who are only food to her. Wait, that's it, I can tell them about it causing conflict with the Luminous faith. Rimuru, but won't it cause a conflict with the faith of the humans of the West? We should stay calm and not make enemies where we don't need to. Shizu, actually this would possibly work with the faith in the West who worship the Void Dragon above even their own goddess Luminous. As you are the Void Dragon, they'll likely agree to work with us after our founding. What? When did that happen? So much has changed that I can't follow anymore. Seal, what's going on here? Why does the Luminous faith sound so different from before? Seal, as you saved Luminous in the past, she likely sees you in a new light, and even Veldora as well. Though she still hates him, she more so sees Veldora as a childish fool than a true threat. You also renaming her has caused unexpected changes to her character as well. She'll likely be more tolerant of Veldora but still dislike him. Like the demons are of each other. Rimuru, okay, that's nice, but I didn't ask about that. I want to know why a religious organization exists around me personally. Seal, oh that, it was so minor I thought it wasn't worth telling you about it. I manipulated Luminous to make it so we would have less conflict with her in the future. It also will help you have less paperwork, since who would force a god to do such menial tasks? Rimuru, I feel like you're manipulating me for your own scheme, but I have little proof. I still don't like this. Having a Dalman was bad enough already. Now everyone else too. Orc leader, please allow us our freedom to worship who we please, sir. You have done so much for my people already, please grant this one request of us. Ought to say not to his pleading eyes now is hard. It's like he believes I'm saying they're not worth of worshipping me when it's the other way around. I'm not worthy of their worship when I've failed them many times before. They seem to know about my past, which is likely due to Seal. Seal, now of course she's silent when I'm on to her. She never truly changes, does she? I'm going to have to decline then, even if I don't like being forceful about it. Seal, honey, please go with their please. Do it for me and Sasha. Rimuru, what do you mean? Seal, if it goes like before, you won't have a lot of time to spend with both of us. Even recently you've been too busy to see her much. What do you like doing, paperwork or something, dear? Rimuru, goo, I felt that one. Why did you have to bring her into this, dear? Seal, because I know you'll be more happy this way instead of how it was like before. I also did it so we can spend more time together, and so they'll rely on you less than before like you wanted them to originally. Now that she mentions it, I originally wanted them to become self-sufficient in the beginning. But over time I just got stuck as the Chancellor of the Forest. They all must have secretly planned that so I couldn't ever leave or something. They always seemed to find more paperwork for me when I was planning to do something. They really got me good all those years later, I never even realized it. Rimuru, fine, Seal, you win this time. I do hate paperwork more than anything else. Alright everyone, I'll accept it, I guess. Everyone, Yaaaaa. Jura, Jura, Jura. Rimuru, they are going to be doing that for a while, aren't they? Shizu, of course, because now they have hope of their descendants being not only safe, but if they work hard enough they can even ascend to godhood. Something others can only dream of. Rimuru, I guess so, but even the Dryads are cheering, which surprises me the most. Their loyalty lies with the Spirit Queen more than me. Sasha, who had finally come back, answered for Shizu in her stead. Sasha, yes, but now Papa, they feel hope of finally meeting her again as you promised them you would. Rimuru, so you guys all went behind my back to plan this, did you? I then proceeded to tickle Sasha as the others started to party in the cave for the rest of the day. The next day we finalized the foundation of our country, and me and Sasha started our mass naming spree of everyone there. I also secretly revived the Orc Lord, or more so reincarnated him again. He has no memories of his past, but he has now helped me twice, so I thought to give him something for his help. The ogres of course all evolved to Kijin, and most returned to their original village to rebuild. The original 7 along with the village's original chief stayed, however. The original 7 to continue the work I asked them to do, and the chief to be a part of the new government under my rule. I sent the newly named Diablo along with the other primordials to make sure their subordinates are ready to answer my summons soon as I'll have need for them in time. Diablo is my secretary again like before, and I have Shuna as a part-time one, since her mother has been helping in the production department in her stead unlike before. Most of my subordinates now have more free time as I wished. I even set the other demons to their old tasks, but unlike the rest, Testarossa isn't busy, so she has been my second secretary who helps filter out things not needing my approval. When I say secretary, I mean they just tell me what's going on and I give opinions to them if I see anything I want changed as I travel around. But otherwise they are my caretakers. The orcs went to the same settlements as before, but we had to scout a few more due to the size increase of surviving individuals. One such new settlement was close to Dworgen to help facilitate trade like before. Another near to Bloomend Kingdom to help with trade there. More also chose to stay in the capital than before. It's still called Rimuru even though I tried to get a different name. Xian and Shuna along with others refused to budge on it. Now I must prepare for the next few arrivals coming. I've also been hearing people in my home at night recently, but I think it's just Sasha being awake at night, so I've been ignoring it. If it's important, Seal will tell me. Thought tonight in particular my senses are screaming at me it's different. I'll just ignore it and sleep, one of my favorite pastimes. I hope the church doesn't become too big a deal to everyone like I asked. Shizu's Pav. I'm in Rimuru's house tonight because Seal has called a girls' meeting and for everyone to join her in Rimuru's house. It feels wrong to intrude like this, but since Rimuru is asleep according to Seal and Sasha is as well, we decided to meet here. After I arrived I saw more people than I thought would arrive. There was me, Seal, Testarossa, Shuna, Xian, even Carrera and Ultima and Trainee were here. Testarossa has been here along with Trainee longer than I have, but the other two demons haven't been here as long, so them being included surprises me. Trainee as well, since I didn't think she saw Rimuru that way. Seal, I'm glad you all came. I'm here to tell you that the time is nearly here for us to act. Trainee will be our lookout for in case help tries to come in and interfere in our plan. She will not join personally in this plan. So that's why she's here. I thought we'd have one more to compete with, but thank heavens we don't. But the other two demons are still questionable to me. Seal, as for these two new additions, they are now willing to join. Ultima, yes we are, since we won't let Testarossa be above us in station at all. Carrera, yeah, we will not take orders from her at all. Seal, and there you have it. I should have known this would happen. They've been fighting for who knows how long. Of course they'd fight for something like this as well, even if they personally don't care. Testarossa I know does, but the other two likely don't yet. But according to Seal they will eventually. Shuna, so when will the time be right for us to strike Seal? I can ward off my brother and father along with the other Kijin from interfering as the Shrine Maiden, but the others I'm unsure of. Diablo will be hard to remove from him for a whole day, let alone a few. Xian also nods her head in agreement. Testarossa, I can take care of that problem along with help from the other two. They both nodded their heads in agreement. Shizu, Geld has been too busy to interfere in our plan, so he should be a non-issue. I worry for if Sasha and Gobta might appear unexpectedly. I don't want her to be shocked or worse by our actions. Seal, don't worry Shizu. I'll never let my daughter see such things right now. I'll be having a spirit accompany her to help keep track of her movements. It will also deter her from going to see Rimuru since he will be busy at the moment. Carrera, I'm starting to like this plan. Testarossa, this could work. Ultima, I hope he'll enjoy this moment with us. Shizu, I'm trusting this is necessary. Seal, I'll admit I don't personally like this idea of yours. Seal, it is Shizu. Trust me, if we don't act he'll keep to himself until it causes a disaster in the future for us. We must make it so one of us is near him at all times to rein him in. If we don't he'll come to regret his emotional outburst when it happens. Besides I know he feels much for all of you, he just is too shy to act on it. Or would you rather he lock himself in a room for days alone where we can't even speak with him? It wasn't even a question for all of us. He is too important to everyone here in Tempest to be left alone like before. I also don't personally like that Hinata got his attention more than me before. She's my student but got one over on me on Rimuru's heart. It makes me feel many emotions along with everyone else here. So in a few days we act to further our interest. Soon Rimuru will only focus on us alone. To be continued.